In this session, we're going to be looking at adding, subtraction, multiplying and dividing of negative numbers. So, if you are struggling with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, please do look at those before you attempt this. So, in the first one, Firstly, we're looking at the addition of negative numbers, then we're looking at the subtraction of negative numbers, then we're looking at the multiplication of negative numbers, and then the division. So, the procedure to add and subtract negative numbers, we can use a number line. When we add, we move to the right. When we subtract, we move to the left. So you can see here, this is displaying the positive integers, and here we've got the negative. And we've got 0 in the middle, of course, there. So, what we do is let's have a look at an example on the number line. It's a really good place to start with it. If you have to draw a number line, do that. It's a really good place to start with negative numbers because you can see it more from the perspective. Right, so if we have minus 3 plus 5. So here, let's start at minus 3. So we start at minus 3. The first number is the starting point. We start at negative 3. We are adding, so we are moving to the right. We move 5 spaces to the right, so that's minus 3 plus 5. So what we do here is if we start at 3, we start at 3, and then we move 1. We do that with the highlighter. We move 1. Then we move 2. Then we move 3. Then we move 4. And then we move 5 spaces here. So this then gets us to 2. So we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along. Here we've got minus 2 minus 6. So minus 2 minus 6 gives us minus 8. The first number is the starting point. We start at minus 2. So we start at minus 2. And then we move 6 spaces to the left because we're subtracting here. So we're going, let's highlight along in orange. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as can be seen here, we've got 6 spaces along. And we can look at all sorts of examples, but using the number line is a really good place to start with these. So, addition of negative numbers. This is really important again. Minus 4 add minus 5. So, we start at negative 4, and we're adding, so we move to the right. So we move minus 5 spaces to the right, which means we have to go left, because a plus and a minus together gives us a minus. I'll show you that in more detail also, and how that can work going the other way. So here we've got, and then we have to take the opposite because it's negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces here. Let's have a look along with the highlighter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along with the highlighter. Along here. So as you can see, we're moving along there. So if we then look at some other examples, so subtraction of negative numbers. So in this example here, we start at -4. The first number is our starting point. We start at -4. We are subtracting, so that means we move left. So we move -5 spaces to the left, which means we have to go right 5 spaces. The opposite. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is as they going along. So it's like an addition. When we put these together, it's like we're adding when we have two negatives. So for example, if we've got 2 minus 3, this means we would start at 2, and I'll do this in a different colour green here. Then we'd have to think we're subtracting, so going left, but because it's -3, we're doing the opposite, and this becomes a plus, so we add 3 to that 1, which means we go 1, 2, 3, which is 5. If you are struggling with that concept, please don't hesitate to reach out. Do make sure you have a go at the quiz, make sure you understand these, as we're moving on to multiplication and division of negative numbers next. So, multiplication and division of negative numbers. Just wanted to make a summary very quickly of the multiplication rules. So you got a positive times a positive. So that example would be 5 times 7. 5 times 7 equals 35. With a positive times a negative, we've got a positive 5 times -7. So what do we mean by multiplication? And this is something, if you do not quite understand, do reach out to us and do have a look at our arithmetic also to help you with that. So 5 times -7. So 5 times 7 is, in a sense, 5 7 times. We add 5 7 times. 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5. So we're doing that 7 times. But here we're doing that minus times. We're doing that -7 times. So we're doing -5, we're doing it minus times because we've got the minus here. So that's a 5, that's an awful looking 5. And we have to do that. And if we imagine, if we keep going back 5, if we start at -5, we go back 5, we get to -10, then we get to -15, -20, -25, -30, -35. So it's -35. Again, if we have a negative, then a positive. It's a negative, so -5 times 7, which is like 7. So it's like -5 times. So we have to do -7 plus -7 plus -7 plus -7 plus -7, which essentially gives us 35. 5 minus 35 here, which is a negative. And then a negative times a negative, which is minus 5 times minus 7, is like minus 7 minus 7. So we keep going with that. So we wouldn't have that, sorry, there. We would have 7 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7, which gives us 35, because they make a positive. Do you have any questions on this? Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help. And now we have a look at the division. So a positive divided by a positive is a positive, so 8. So let's do 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. So positive divided by a negative, 6 divided by negative 3 gives us negative 2. Because if we do 6 divided by negative 2, it gives us negative 3. Fits in negative 3 times. Because it's the inverse when we do it. So if we divide a negative by a positive, so from negative 6 divided by negative, so negative 6 divided by 3, that gives us negative 2. Really, really important to learn this and have a go at the quizzes as well. Because we can fit that in. We can fit in negatives because 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So we can reverse it round and apply the same logic to the multiplication. And it's exactly the same here. We have negative 3 times negative 2 is 6, because we know a negative times a negative is a positive. There. And then we have a negative divided by a negative, so we have negative 6 divided by negative 3, which gives us 2, because we can fit 2 negative 3's into 6. If you do need any help with that, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're here to support. So let's have a look at this first example here. So we've got minus 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12, but a negative times a positive is a negative, giving us negative 12. So it's really important to know our multiplication table, these. So here we've got 7 times negative 5, so 35, but we know that that would be a negative, because we have a positive times a negative. Now we have a negative times a negative. So negative 9 times negative 4, 4 times 9 is 36, and we know that would be a positive. If you do have any questions on these, don't hesitate to reach out. So here we've got minus 8 divided by minus 2. So that gives us 8 divided by 2 is 4. We know a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Then we've got minus 9 divided by 3. So we know that a negative, divided by, so these should be divided in here. We know that a negative divided by a positive is a negative, because we can fit 3 negative 3's into 9, and we can fit 4 negative 2's into negative 8. Do you need help with that? please do not hesitate to reach out. Do have a go at these in the quiz at the end. If you don't, if you need some more further help, do reach out to us in the community, and we will, and also have a look at some group sessions as well. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great